pay, hypocrisy. Socialist Twitch streamer buys $2.7 million house. Oh, I love that.
Of politics, that hypocrisy is always newsworthy. Hypocrisy is always newsworthy. If somebody is a religious Christian and then they have an affair, this is a newsworthy event, according to the media. If there's a politician.
And what? When someone is a fucking socialist and they, turns out, make money, then that's a newsworthy event because it's it's hypocritical? Like, what?
Is right wing. That politician turns out to be gay. Really, really newsworthy, according to the media. But there's one area of hypocrisy that is just not newsworthy to the media. Like, truly not newsworthy. And that, of course, is if you are a socialist who's extremely wealthy and gives very little charity. If you are that person, then hypocrisy just doesn't play a part. Hypocrisy is never a problem because, after all, you're calling for societal change. You yourself don't have to abide by any of those rules because some animals are more equal.
You know what's funny about this? This argument is literally every fucking neoliberal globe emoji liberal that is like fucking been in my DMs and in my replies. Like, will they recognize that, you know, the arguments that they're using are reactionary as fuck and idiotic? Probably not. Will they become Ben Shapiro fans? Maybe.
Equal than other animals. But the socialist has the benefit of the bargain because you get to be as socialist as you want to, like Bernie Sanders, and then you get to have a lake house. You get to be a millionaire while proclaiming that billionaires are paying the flesh up. Okay, so this issue has become relevant over the course of the past couple of days because a guy named Hasan Piker, who I believe used to be a Young Turks guy, I don't really know that much about him. He apparently is a socialist Twitch streamer. There's a big article, big glowing profile about him in New York Magazine titled Streaming with Hasan Piker, the AOC of Twitch. I'm a political commentator with, like, stands. Okay, well, in the past few months, Hasan Piker, it turns out...
1 year with #1 capitalist.
They did me so dirty. The editor did me so fucking dirty. Because the article itself is really good, but that fucking title is so bad.
Has been revealed to be a very wealthy person, which good for him.
Revealed.
Shabibo. Let's
Boys, revealed to be a very wealthy person, dude. You know, revealed. Like I was fucking hiding it until this moment. Oh no. Motherfucker, I bought a $2.7 million house last month. You're covering it right now. Revealed my ass, dude. HasanAbi gets a hate video from Ben Shapiro and Alex Jones is one I'm envious of. I love this.
There's a lot of folks who are following him over at Twitch. That is his prerogative, and I'm glad for him that he's been able to build a following.
No, he's not. He's literally not. That's why you're making an entire video.
Left is best.
But a couple of times in the last month, it's been revealed that this out-and-out socialist, I mean, this is what he calls himself, that he is a very wealthy man. Quote, Hasan Piker was in a rage. 1 million tabs were pinched together like sardines at the top of his browser. His jittery cursor bounced between them, summoning network news, Chiron's YouTube rants, viral tweets, and TikTok memes. The day's trending topic, Piker, who is 30, had purchased a $2.7 million house in West Hollywood. An ordinary Twitch streamer's housing wouldn't make headlines, but over the past 5 years, Piker has become one of the most prominent socialist pundits in America. The controversy about the purchase had made it to Fox News and Breitbart, and Piker was prepared to take on the interlopers who logged on to see the fireworks. Quote, the only reason my house is expensive is because of the area I live in, he growled. Are you guys really that stupid? That's not even a response to the charge. The charge is that for a socialist, you seem to be spending large, my friend. It doesn't.
Yeah, I am. What's up, dude?
Only animals can be socialist.
That's right.
WTF.
That's right, baby. What's good? It's illegal. My friend, you are not allowed to spend large.
Doesn't like you could have. There are a lot of places that are not in West Hollywood that don't cost $2.7 million. They're all over the United States. You can get yourself a tiny little shack and live yourself the Henry David Thoreau lifestyle for probably
Wait, why would I do that? Bro, this is so awesome.
The number in the corner isn't how
That's
many
why I
dollars
always
you
say
need.
you listen to one fucking idiot on the right and you listen to all the arguments. After the month that we had here in this community, watching this video is so wonderful because it's like a summarization of all the dumbest arguments. Socialism is when broke. Socialism is when you live in a fucking wood, in a wood shack. Socialism, I can't believe this socialism making money and also spending it. What? That's fucking crazy.
You can have my free
Like it's wonderful. Like this is the best that the right has, by the way. The greatest intellectual mind. The absolute greatest intellectual mind.
Bro, WTF, Hasan, why didn't you tell us about the house?
And
fake socialist scum.
And of course, the greatest intellectual mind is doing the exact same arguments as like dumbass fucking anime avatar
Stay
globe
strong, all the hate is
Twitter
misguided. Love you, Hasan.
freaks in my replies.
30 grand somewhere. 2.7 million bucks, a lot of money. I don't see you handing that out to all of the immiserable.
Bro, come on. You know that's not how that works, dog. You know, come on, dude. The least you could do to seem impartial and not just like fucking blinded by like jealous rage or some shit is to be able to say, now a lot of people are saying this, but you know, there's a lot of leftists that are saying this. And obviously, you know, leftists don't understand finance and econ, which is why they think that, like he bought the house $2.7 million cash. Of course, he didn't do that. He probably put a down payment on. You know what I mean? Like he could say something like that to make it seem like he's being unbiased. But no, he went for it. He's like, yeah, dude, I should have bought a fucking cheaper house with cash that I have.
Commiserated workers in the Marxist social construct. Right? That's the charge. And his response is, well, of course it's expensive around here. This is West Hollywood, which of course is not a response. Piker said 3 weeks later, quote, as long as you don't defang your core values, as long as you're still speaking truth to power, then F them. Yeah, speaking truth to power is being the guy who buys the $3 million house and does interviews with New York Magazine and then jabbers about how the rich don't pay their fair share.
Wait, but like, are the rich paying their fair share? What's the problem with fucking talking to New York Magazine? They wanted to do a fucking interview. I said yes. I feel like he's just jealous that like, you know, the IDW is not getting the same kind of like Barry Weiss New York Times treatment anymore. So he's just like, How both conservatives and leftists want you to live. I mean, yeah. Shabibo's mom's wet ass pussy. Thank you for the 5 get the subs. Winona Monsoon. Thank you for the 5 get the subs. Ben still mauling over this tweet. Oh yeah, remember when I fucking, oh god, this was so brutal. He said, masculinity and femininity exist. Outward indicators of masculinity and femininity exist in nearly every human culture. Boys are taught to be more masculine in virtually every human culture because of the role of the men is not always the same role of women.
Whoop whoop. Socialism.
And I said, Ben, you're 5'3", you can't grow facial hair and weigh 100 pounds soaking wet. If we can both be considered men, you should probably be a bit more open-minded about gender expressions. It's clearly not as rigid a binary as you try to imply it is. That was a prehistoric.
Said, take some money and buy useless stuff.
A prehistoric ratio. It was a historic ratio of epic proportions. I think Atrioc gave this best political tweet of the year. Oh. Let's keep going.
He says, I don't give a bleep. I'm doing this in the least exploitative way you functionally effing can. Really? He says, it's my labor. I'm the one who's streaming for 10 hours. Welcome to capitalism, my dude. It's my labor? Yes, whose labor? So, in other words.
Wait, what? Does he not? Did he just say my dude?
Members of the
I'm sorry.
It is time to unionize against number 13.
I wish he called me like a dirty sand monkey or something, rather than hearing the words that came out of his mouth, which was "my dude." Like, it would be significantly more appropriate and acceptable to hear Ben Shapiro say words like that than "cowabunga, my dude." That is the word. What happened?
Hasan for Bezos money.
I feel like he's been watching a particular individual who speaks exactly like that. Did he have a stroke? What happened? I just started saying "my dude" after watching you too much. I don't say "my dude."
You bet on yourself. You've done really well, and you believe that you deserve to keep the proceeds of that labor.
That is literally like, is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? Is a BioShock Andrew Ryan reference that is supposed to be libertarian, right? But actually, it is inherently socialist. Okay? A man being entitled to the sweat of his brow is literally a worker owning the means of production. That's literally the only thing. If there is one way to be as reductive about Marxism as possible, okay? If there's one way to just summarize Marxism, don't talk about decommodification, don't talk about any of that. It's literally workers owning the means of production, okay? What the fuck?
But aren't you exploiting all the people who are engaged in commerce with you? After all, what service of value are you providing them? You are Twitch streaming video games.
There is such a thing as unproductive labor. Okay? Also, not only that, but the service is called entertainment. It's literally called entertainment. But of course, oh yeah, he said video games. Shut the fuck up, chat. Shut up. Yes, I know he said fucking video games. I don't play enough. I will play more. Shut up. Shut up. Every time. Oh, megalol. He said video games. Oh, megalol. I am a fucking gamer.
Is that a vital social service? What makes that service significantly more important socially?
Yes. The classic. Socialism is when only fucking brown rice, grain, and, slop. Like, socialism, or at least like a different way of organizing the economy, where workers have autonomy, control over their own lives, all that sort of stuff, where they can pursue more meaningful endeavors, actually see and realize the fruits of their labor, means that there will be no fun. Means that there will be no entertainment. Means that, like, people who make money will never pay for entertainment or media in general. Socialism means no entertainment, and the less there is entertainment, the more there's socialism, which is great. I just got fucking facts, and I just got logic. You are trying hard to find something to say. No, I think Ben's making it pretty easy for me to find something to say. First of all, are you new here? I never have a hard time finding something to say. I literally never shut the fuck up. But also, on top of that, I can't believe I have like Ben Shapiro fanboys in here that are fucking being like, dude, you're a child. He's owning you. Totally, dude. Copium. He's owning you, dude. Oh, he's owning you by fucking saying what? Like developing a psychotic straw man, a psychotic joy kill, no fun straw man of like what a socialist organization of the economy should look like, and then holding me to account within the moral framework of said psychotic straw man. How is that for intellectual thought? Of course, if you're a fucking Ben Shapiro fan, you literally think like, oh yeah, he's owning you. He's speaking fast.
Speaking from a Marxist perspective than the guy who picks up the garbage. Why doesn't he own a $2.7 million home in West Hollywood? According to...
Okay. The labor theory of value is not the great equalizer. Okay? People, for some weird fucking reason, think Marxism equals equilibrium, okay? Egalitarianism. That's not the case, and that's never been the case. Also, garbage people are paid fairly handsomely, mind you. Why? Because they are an essential service, and in a lot of instances, unionized. So when they actually halt their service in the form of strikes, for example, the city suffers greatly as there's fucking garbage everywhere. But Ben Shapiro lives in a world of garbage. Everything that comes out of his mouth is garbage and doo-doo. So, of course, you know, that's probably a world that he is comfortable with. Anyway.
I can't believe this sub is going to give Hasan money.
He hasn't even brought up, like, it just sounds like a fucking whiny, jealous baby.
To New York Magazine, Piker is a Twitch streamer who spends every day in front of a camera speaking to his 1.5 million followers. But unlike most of the platform's top users, Piker mostly talks politics. He trawls through Twitter and roasts bad takes from career right-wing correspondents like Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson. He breaks down hawkish New York Times op-eds line by line, steadily working himself into a frothy fury. It's free associative and open-ended.
That's literally what he's doing about the New York Magazine article. I wonder if he, like, notices that while he's doing that. Dude, why is he such a fucking sexless loser, dude? Like, he's white-knuckling through a New Yorker article. It's kind of weird. Why is he seething? Like, I don't understand. Why is he fuming?
Shabibio.
I don't understand why he's fucking fuming right now while he's reading this.
I have an accelerated version of brainworms, he says. I'm literally always online. I'm consuming media nonstop. Tune into a Piker stream, watch him condemn the civilian death toll in Afghanistan. An hour later, he may move on to revisiting his favorite WWE feuds. Fans don't need to have studied Marx to understand where Piker is coming from. Well, they might have to read Marx to understand why Piker is violating core tenets of Marxism.
Like what? What? What core tenet? Bro, I think I might actually make more money than Ben Shapiro. I take it back.
This donor towards a new house, Arjan.
He sounds straight butthurt, dude. I'm taking it back. At first I was like, no shot. He has the Ben Shapiro show. He has so many advertisers. Now I feel like I might actually be making more money than him because he just seems... This is such a bazinga face. He's doing a bazinga right here. Did Ben Shapiro see the fucking meme where it's like socialism is when Azan has no house? And then was like, well, there you go. A core tenant in Das Kapital. The tenant. Like a... Yes, chat. Engels owned a fucking factory.
$13 sub to number 13.
This is wild. A core tenet of Marxism.
He looms over his streaming rig at 6'4", broad-shouldered in a silver bracelet and paint-speckled cowboy bebop shirt, gnashing a cud of nicotine gum against his molars. On election night, from the same room, he hosted nearly 230,000 concurrent viewers, making him the 6th most watched election livestream across the internet. A month prior, he broadcast playing the video game Among Us with Representatives AOC and Ilhan Omar.
Is this the first
Oh,
time
now I know why he's mad, bro. I got it. I was wondering what the reason was. I got it. I now know. I'm sorry, dude.
Hey, Shababo. I'm giving him money right now.
Jealousy's a disease, love. Get better soon.
Okay, and then later in this little SOP piece, he talks about the tax the rich dress that AOC wore. And here's what he said, quote, I think the Met Gala is a disgusting, gluttonous exercise. And if given the opportunity to go, I'd do it in an effing heartbeat. I'm sorry, everyone would. Why wouldn't you want to hang out with Frank Ocean? They're not going to the effing Davos summit. Well, but yes, they are. What do you think the Met Gala is? It is a bunch of rich liberals who are getting together to feat themselves for their rich liberalism.
Months of radicalization. Thank you,
Again,
Rajan and chat for literally changing.
I think you literally missed the point. Out of all the gross events that one can attend, like all the gross, gluttonous events that... Wait, did he just say feet? Hold on, I got it.
Yes, they are. What do you think the Met Gala is? It is a bunch of rich liberals who are getting together to feat themselves.
Is that a Freudian slip? Oh my God, he's talking about AOC first.
Ben is the worst Jew.
He's talking about AOC at the Met Gala, and he accidentally fucking had a Freudian slip, dude. Oh my God, you filthy pig. You absolute filthy little
giving our prime
piglet.
To this himbo.
That's a self-report. Yep. Chalk that up, boys. It's over. Put that on the fucking board, dude. Straight up. Straight the fuck up, dude. If he watched this, imagine how literally he'd take this joke. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll see it, and it's awesome.
Here is more money for you. Hope this makes
for their rich
mad.
liberalism. Again, the media are not interested in calling out hypocrisy. The reason I say that is because this story was now updated. Okay, so there was a Twitch
100
data,
subs.
a Twitch data leak. Here's how it was reported from the New York Times. Twitch, the live video site popular with gamers, said on Wednesday it had endured a data breach that security researchers believe may have provided sweeping insight into the platform's computer code, security vulnerabilities, and payments to its content creators. Twitch, which is owned by Amazon, confirmed it had been breached hours after a user posted what the user claimed was an enormous trove of Twitch data onto the anonymous message board website 4chan. The user said the file contained, among other items, the history of Twitch's source code, proprietary software development kits, an unreleased competitor to Steam and online game store, and programs, and a list of the amount of money that each of the site's streamers has earned since 2019. Find out how much your favorite streamer is really making, the user posted. Jeff Bezos paid $970 million for this. We're giving it away for free. Again, we're going through this New York Times piece about Twitch. Buried way down in this article, way down in this article, is this little revelation. Quote, according to the list of earnings, which could not be independently verified, some notable personalities had made millions of dollars since 2019. One streamer, Hassan Piker, anticipated people getting angry about the amount of money the list said he had made.
I have hemorrhoid.
Just woke up to some fun news, he tweeted. Can't wait for people to be mad at me about my publicly available sub count again. And then he trended. He said, bro, come on. Okay, so.
Bro, this is a wonderful gift. Thank you.
Year. Love you, BB Hass.
Thank you, Ben Shapiro, for delivering to me just an incredible gift. I mean, he said cowabunga, my dude. He leaked that he's a foot fetishist. And now he's just like reading my fucking tweets angrily, dude. I mean, this is incredible. I'm going to watch this again tomorrow, most likely.
Breach. Don't care.
I might watch this again and again. I'd probably play this on repeat. This is going up in the fucking cringe compilation up there with Alex Jones, you know? I just wish he did it at a time when he was more relevant. I feel like he fucking fell off, you know? That's why he's... Ben Shapiro's trying to bait you into saying something on stream that he can misconstrue as anti-Semitic? No.
So it never says in here what exactly Hassan Piker made. Okay, now let's just put it this way. It makes...
First of all, it's from a hack. And that's why... if they don't independently verify it, a normal outlet, like a real outlet that does real journalism, if they can't independently verify information from a fucking random hack, they're not going to put that in there. Now, I mean, it's close enough. I'm pretty sure it's like, that's what every fucking streamer has said so far. Which also is, I mean, I've never like denied it. You know what I mean? I've never like, oh, the number is wrong. But
here you go,
just for you to understand, like, the reason why
You can store all Shapiro's envy.
The reason why outlets won't cover stuff like that or put it as is.
9 months, where's my baby?
Well, it's because, they need to independently verify it.
It makes headlines every time a conservative signs a contract. Okay, if the IRS information of conservative commentators were leaked, you think that wouldn't be front page news? It would absolutely be front page news. And it wouldn't be about the leak or how the leak came about.
Wait, what? An
It makes
IRS
headlines.
leak?
Conservative commentators were leaked. You think that wouldn't be front page news? It would absolutely be front page news. And it wouldn't be about the leak.
Dude, they're fucking Twitch streamers, you idiot. I'm the only motherfucker there that's like a Twitch streamer who's also a political
11
commentator.
months, I have your baby and she is
Yo,
hungry.
these people have lost their minds. Like, they're so horny. Like, what do you think? Fucking Felix Langiel is like a socialist political commentator? Like, what are they? I like Glenn Greenwald said the exact same shit. It's so weird. Why would that be a big news story? Most of that stuff is like out already. My fucking information has been out. It's been publicly available. You literally read the tweet where I said it's publicly available. And like, why the fuck would the New York Times be like, I can't believe how much money Twitch streamers are making? Like, what? That's so weird that, like, just because I'm one of the top creators on the platform, well, number 13,
Ben Shapiro hasn't seen Kursi and it shows.
doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that the entire platform is socialist.
Or how the leak came about. What it would be about was the amount of money that everybody was making. How do we know this? Because the front page of every major newspaper this week was about what international figures made via IRS documents that were leaked. Right? And other sort of financial documents that were leaked. It was the content that was the story. So, what exactly did these leaked documents show? It showed that...
Wait.
Hey.
Did he just say there's a double standard? Because people were more concerned with a massive fucking hack on an Amazon-owned website and not just like income levels of fucking Twitch streamers. The most notable one who's famous for farting and then slamming the fucking fart. Did he just compare that to the international consortium of independent reporters
I like your
and their comprehensive news story that revolved around international billionaires and millionaires, including the Jordanian King Abdullah, and how they hide their assets in offshore tax havens? This is officially the stupidest fucking talking point I have heard about this entire process. Now, people were saying that, this is the Pepega Papers. This is the Pepega Papers, right? Like, we were making jokes about it. And then a lot of people were like, why does no one care about Panama Papers, but everyone hyper-focused on the Twitch streamers? Like, what the fuck? Who gives a shit? This, I have to salute him, dude. This right here is single-handedly the dumbest fucking take I've heard about this entire process. This dumbass literally compared on like 11 different levels of false equivalencies international politicians and billionaires hiding their fucking assets in offshore bank accounts
4 months hence.
to a bunch of idiotic fart-smelling Twitch streamers' income being leaked in a fucking data breach. That is brilliant. Why is the New York Times so incredibly hypocritical? That's right. The New York Times covered the Panama Papers, or the Pandora Papers as well.
Data breach these nuts.
But when it comes down to the Pepega Papers, the New York Times does not care about the income. Why would they?
Hasan apparently rakes in about $3 million a year by doing his Twitch streaming.
Not true. The fucking no. Oh my God. I thought you would, at least in your endless horniness, would recognize how to read fucking data. That's from 2019 to 2021. And it's 2.8 million over the course of 3 years. Not over the course of 1 year. How are you unaware? Like, how can you not read, dude? It's like the easiest fucking thing. Can't you sue him for slander? Why would I do that? This is my FAP material. Why the fuck would I sue someone for slander, dude? Are you insane? Why would I sue Ben Shapiro for slander? This is awesome.
Which is a lot of money. It's a lot more money than your average day-to-day Marxist lower class worker, right? The social class of people who are doing the actual labor that is being exploited. Why isn't that the headline? The reason that isn't the headline is because socialists are never held to their own standards. They are
because maybe the people that write fucking articles aren't as stupid as you, dude. Why would that be an article? That's a fucking LSF thread. That is like a weirdo fucking incel loser on LSF being like, Ray! Socialist but makes money! Like, that's not a fucking New York Times article. That would be psychotic, dude. If anything, New York Times and other fucking outlets would literally be like, people are freaking out for no apparent reason that there is a socialist Twitch streamer who is very successful. The leaders of the BLM movement are millionaires now. First of all, that's not even true. They were literally, I think one of the leaders of BLM was always fucking wealthy, like from childbirth or some shit. Yeah, I looked it up. Like, I always thought that was really sussy. Because people constantly talk about like, oh, the BLM leaders, like they bought houses and shit like that. Anyway, there are people who are even mad at Mike from PA Lamau. Yeah, I mean, those people are psychotic. Mike from PA made like what fucking... I mean, he makes a lot of money in comparison to the fucking average working class individual, but like, if you're scrolling that far down to find someone to be mad at, then you're basically demonstrating that like you're only interested in finding socialists to get mad at. That's it. It's nuts. Like...
never held to their own standards. See, here's the thing about socialism.
Wait, what did he say? He did kind of say he was struggling to pay his loans, though. Look, I can't speak for it. I don't watch the Mike from PA broadcast. He's on too early for me. I'm preparing and doing some stuff in the morning for myself. But I can't speak for that. But
number 13, did you do the top of the hour?
I mean, he makes a good amount of money. I think he would probably admit that. Law school loans are no joke, yeah.
If you actually held to your standard, then you would presumably be very concerned with giving away a lot of your money to charity or ensuring that the amount of money that you made for your socially useless service, according to Marxist theory, because of course your labor should be judged by some outside metric that is not the market. So somebody's going to have to...
Wait. Oh yeah, he's getting into the theory, boys. Hey, it's theory time, boys.
Then you would presumably be very concerned with giving away a lot of your money to charity or ensuring that the amount of money that you made for your socially useless service, according to Marxist theory, because of course your labor should be judged by some outside metric that is not the market.
Wait, he's not wrong. It is technically not productive labor. Like, what I do is not productive labor at all. I am not a part of the working class that produces commodities. So he's not wrong. I mean, neither is his labor, by the way. But I've never made that millionaire socialist law. Seems ironic, but you'll just make up some bullshit instead of being a true socialist. Practice what you preach, loser. Herky29, you have 2 minutes to tell me what you think preaching socialism should look like within the realm of action. Like, how can I practice what I preach as being a socialist? Go. I'm giving you the floor, Herky29. Non-productive in an academic sense, and he's got to use it rhetorically. Yeah. 2 minutes, chatter. 2 minutes, Herky29. Let's see what he's going to say. Don't give him ideas, chat. Don't give him ideas. Because he doesn't have enough fucking brain cells to come up with it on his own. But I think what will come out... Oh, it was a 2-year period? My bad. Not 3-year, 2-year period, 2.8.
After yesterday's
doesn't matter,
stream,
not 1 year
I've
though.
Decided I want you to choose my titty tat.
You've always mentioned how you never worked as hard as someone that works at a factory or any worker as such. Again, public knowledge law. Of course not. Of course I don't.
To be
It's a different kind of work.
You have to make as many random strangers in public uncomfortable.
Do you think entertainment is strictly non-productive? There's parts of labor within entertainment that like background workers, things like that are closer to the regular working class person that Ben Shapiro considers working class. You're giving him the moment Chris never got in the high school Kansas debate law. I want to know what Herky has to say. I'm waiting. But in global socialism and communism, you can still have art and entertainment, right? I should obviously read more theory. Dude. First of all, read theory. It's a wonderful exercise, especially because... Did he not say anything? Read theory because it is the best, absolutely best way to rid yourself of the super rigid capitalist dogma that you have grown up with. Okay, the social conditioning is like hard to shake. Thinking that socialism means no art is fucking psychotic, though. The USSR made beautiful art, both as a form of agitative propaganda, but also just art for the sake of consumption. So this notion that like socialism means no art is psychotic. It's not real. It's not true. It has never been true. Socialism means no entertainment is not true. That's not a real thing. It's this notion of the gray, dreadful socialist dystopia is an American invention. And I'm not saying that like Stalinist USSR was great or anything like that. Obviously, there were a lot of fucking problems. But ultimately, this idea that like they were joyless fucking weirdos is just directly a consequence of Red Scare propaganda. Some of the works that you enjoy today have been heavily influenced by art that was created in the USSR. Tetris is a great example of that with respect to fucking entertainment. So this idea that there will never be like entertainment in a socialist formation of the economy is really fucking stupid. It doesn't even matter because we're nowhere near there regardless. And that's why I try to be as pragmatic as possible and talk about what can be done, which in a lot of circumstances literally means like exhausting all state machinations, trying to organize people's workplaces, helping ongoing efforts to unionize all around the country, covering labor strikes and things of that nature as best as possible, helping mutual aid, and once again, trying to urge people to go and run for local office and put socialists in positions of power. No matter how low on the fucking totem pole that is, it doesn't matter. It's still important. Okay? Up until recent SpaceX engines, the Soviet 1950s era rocket engine design was the most efficient in the world. They're still used and by the U.S. today. Yeah, up until SpaceX, the USSR era rocket technology was the only reason why American astronauts could even go to the International Space Station. Actually, Russia would fly our astronauts to the International Space Station up until SpaceX. That's true. That's actually true. Shouldn't be a surprise, considering that the USSR did beat the United States of America to space. Yuri Gagarin. Anyway, none of this even fucking matters, ultimately, because look at the random argument that we are having currently, or look at what I'm describing to you right now. I'm describing all of this to you because it's that easy for Ben Shapiro to lie about socialism and what socialism represents, because he's relying on pre-existing Red Scare propaganda. To be like, oh, you're a socialist? Can't do entertainment. That's right. Owned. You need to work at the factory. It's silly. It's not real. And it doesn't matter. You might think my work is unimportant. You might say, you're just sitting in a fucking living room, you piece of shit. Don't take yourself too seriously. I certainly don't. I think a lot of people appreciate what I do, though. I think that's demonstrably true. Being able to break down contemporary news and offer historical context,
so you can finally make it into the top
and
10.
even add a touch of historical materialism into subject matters that revolve around anti-imperialism, labor rights, labor organizing, social justice, and helping marginalized communities. I think these are important things. I try to make it as palatable as possible. I try to use my privilege for good. This is why I do what I do. Some people tend to think that this is, maybe it's not commodity production and it's not productive labor in that academic sense, but people seem to think it's worthwhile. And also, not only do they seem to think it's worthwhile, but they seem to think that it's worth $5 a month. So much so that despite the fact that I don't fucking, I don't charge for this content at all. Everything is free. My IP is fucking free to use if you want to use it. There's plenty of fans that have their own, like HasanAbi fan pages that, that bring in and make their own money. People seem to think that it is worthwhile to them. Maybe not to Ben Shapiro, though. Anyway, I was just holding off on this. I just don't want this to end. You know what I mean? So let's see what Ben has to say.
So somebody's going to have to explain, by Marxist theory, why exactly it is more valuable for a guy to sit around and stream video games than it is for somebody to clean toilets. I can explain it because market says that's what it's worth. Things are worth what people say they are worth. But I'm not sure how, from a Marxist perspective, you can make that case.
Wait, does he think that I get paid like wage labor or something? I don't understand it. Like, it's entertainment, dude. The value ascribed to this content is up to the individual. They are the ones who decide to give me money. Look, here's the thing. When I started the HasanAbi broadcast on twitch.tv/HasanAbi, I started streaming from a fucking PlayStation 4 with a bunk-ass PlayStation 4 camera playing Fortnite with friend of the show, Felix Biederman of the Chapo Trap House podcast. And when I first started, I had 35 people watching. I was saying the exact same things back then. I never knew that it was going to grow to this size. I never knew this community would be so gigantic. I never knew that I would generate this much revenue. But I was still saying the same things back then as I am now. It would be hypocritical of me and disingenuous of me to change my perspective now that I make more money. So I always find it weird when people are like, oh, dude, you're such a hypocrite. It's like, no, you're upset because I'm not a fucking hypocrite, because I didn't change my perspective now that I fucking have money. And it's such a strange thing to me. But making a comparison to like what I do, which is funded by voluntary subscriptions from members of this community that choose to give me $5 a month for no reason other than they just, think that it's worth it for them. They don't want you to change your opinions. They want you to not have money. Yeah, I know. I mean, look, this is a great example. Bummy0514. Bummy is a veteran. I know a lot about his background. He's been in this community. It says following since 2020, 03, 09, but I think he's been in this community for longer than that. I don't know. Maybe he unfollowed and then refollowed or something. He's subscribed for 4 months out of that. I value his opinion. I fucking single him out in the chat regularly. You see, it was a misclick. See? I fucking knew. He was following way before then. He's been in this community for a very long time. And like, you don't have to fucking subscribe for me to notice or engage in like parasocial actions. I'm an honest supporter, but why did you sign the hourly ads? I've talked about this a million times over, my friend. Twitch has a massive inventory that is currently being unused and unrealized. I knew that the ad blitz that Twitch was doing was coming regardless. And when they offered me a renegotiation for my contract, I was forced to either not take a partner contract or take a partner contract where I could at least set the terms of how many ads I can run, knowing full well that inevitably Twitch is going to run ads if I don't anyway. I've talked about this a million times over. I've mentioned it so many fucking times. I literally run the least amount of ads out of the top like 100 streamers that have renegotiated their contracts. I run a 60-second ad density for an hour of content. I have contractual minimums as well, like how many hours I need to stream. I never ran a single fucking ad before that contract started. I will take you seriously and describe this to you one more time. I don't believe that you are honestly asking that, but I will gladly explain it once again. Let's keep going.
I also am not sure how you defend a $2.7 million home or a $3 million income for doing those things and then say it's my labor. No. That's my perspective, dude. If you're going to do the it's my
That's not your perspective. Don't ever say, dude, you fucking nerd.
case. I also am not sure how you defend a $2.7 million home or a $3 million income for doing those things and then say it's my labor. No. That's my perspective, dude. If you're going to do the it's my labor routine, welcome to capitalism, my dude.
Yo, this is so cringe, dude. It's really bad. Him saying my dude is like the worst thing I've ever... It's literally worse than anything he's ever done. My dude. Yeah, capitalism is when workers realize the fruits of their labor and there's nothing exploitative about it. Socialism is whatever the fuck Ben Shapiro thinks it is. Socialism is just no house and no voluntary fucking $5 a month subscription that accumulates to an ungodly amount of wealth. By the way, it's a fucking insane amount of money. Like, that's what socialism is. The only two things from Das Kapital are no house, no money. Okay? It's like socialism is when you're poor. Capitalism is when you're a worker and you know, have a greater share of the means of production and also aren't being exploited by your bosses. That's capitalism.
Seriously. So it is amusing to watch the media play this game. You're a hypocrite if you are a right-winger who abrogates your own principles. If you're a left-wing socialist who earns millions of dollars for talking online, then you are not a hypocrite in any way. By the way, if you're a left-wing outlet that rails against the evils of capitalism while taking millions of dollars from hedge funds and YouTube, you're not a hypocrite either. That's the way this works. Nobody has to hold you to account or point out that you need to. If you are Young Turks, for
okay, I don't know why he's like tagging the Young Turks on this. We're separate, bro. Okay. I don't appreciate that you're just like adding TYT into a video that was supposed to be centered around me. I don't know why you're shaking. You should probably see the fucking, dry ass pussy doctor wife that you have about the shaking. You literally look like you're pissing, shitting, and farting currently. I've never seen the human manifestation of seething. It's such a strange way to cover this article. He didn't even make one good fucking argument, dude. That's wild.
For example, and you attempt to crush your own unionization efforts, right? If you are the outlet for unionization is the only thing that matters. And then like a couple of years ago, it turns out that people at your place are trying to unionize and you yell at them not to unionize. Nobody seems to care very much about that.
By the way, people absolutely cared about that, and they absolutely should care about that. But, I was very critical of Jank as well, very publicly critical of Jank, standing in front of unionization efforts. TYT is currently unionized, but Jank did engage in like a classic light anti-unionization tactic, which is still unacceptable. But I'm not Jank, so I don't know why he's like tagging this on, but I guess like he couldn't really find too much to make up about what socialism is. So he just decided to just like add Jank in there or something. I don't know. Send me 2K or shut the fuck up. Bro, it's called mutual aid, bro. Send me 2K or shut the fuck up, bro. Not true. You said legit one thing one time. What? Not true. I said legit one thing one time. What do you mean? How many times did you pre-watch this? Socialism is your moneymaker, lolw. Ugh. Lolw spammers in the chat are so fucking gross. It's kind of wild that LSF, like random shitlords on LSF, at least like, because they follow my career a lot closely, because they've been like hate following for a very long time. Like at least they come up with like more clever shit than Ben. You know what I mean? Like he just literally said socialism is when poor, you're hypocritical, you don't deserve that kind of money. And then he's done. Like he just literally fucking moved on. He's like, yeah, TYT's really bad. Why don't people yell at you more? Thank you, I'm Frostier, for the 50 gifted subs. God damn.
And now here's my belief about hypocrisy. You can make the case for Hasan or TYT, or who I believe Hasan used to be a TYT. You can make the case for all of these people that personal activity doesn't abrogate the principle. Now, you can make the case that the Marxist principles are correct and you are living in opposition to those.
Literally, Jank is not a Marxist. Oh my God, what is this? Oh my God. Okay, dude, that emote is fucking disgusting. Jank is not a Marxist. He's never been a Marxist. He's a filthy little capitalist, dude. Jank has always been a capitalist. He's a social democrat. But let's hear what he has to say about individual responsibility.
The Marxist principles are correct, and you are living in opposition to those Marxist principles because everybody is a sinner, right? This is sort of the religious perspective. There are religious principles about morals. You don't always live up to those because everybody is.
Why is an Orthodox Jewish man talking about like the dogmatic thought in Marxist analysis. Like I don't get it. Like what the fuck? He is not wrong though. There is a lot of dogmatic thinking that Marxists unfortunately engage in. And I don't appreciate that. But let's hear what else he has to say.
That doesn't mean the morals are wrong, it means you're wrong. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say everything I'm doing is entirely justified and I'm a Marxist stalwart while simultaneously living high on the hog the way that...
Well, if I was fucking doing what Jank did and like union busting, then yeah, that's fair. It's like he would have the right to say that, but I'm not doing that. So I don't know.
A capitalist would. Here's my capitalist view of all this. Congratulations to Hasan on earning his business success. I hope he enjoys his $2.7 million house and his $200,000 of earned income every month. I hope he enjoys it to the fullest of his ability and lives a happy, fulfilling capitalist life. Same for all of the people over at places like TYT. But please stop pretending that you are a good Marxist if you don't live like a Marxist and justify yourself in capitalist terms.
Wait. Dude, this is literally... I wonder what neoliberals will say when they fucking watch this video. I guess they're like full-blown Ben Shapiro fans at that point, right? Like, I can see it already. Based. 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 Yeah, live like a Marxist, by the way, which is live in a... What was his suggestion? Live in a fucking log cabin. This is the weakest argument, dude. How the fuck does anyone think that this is like the bastion of logic and reasoning, which is like... Mixed Marv, thank you for the 20 gift this does. Hey guys, you might be shocked to find out, like, I'm obviously not even making this comparison to myself, but with respect to like, you know, people that have done so much for Marxism, including Karl Marx himself or Engels, but they all had houses. Engels also owned a factory. So, you know, this idea that like Marxism means no house is really weird. Anyway, you buy coffee at Starbucks, you support capitalism, Gigi got him. Yeah, this is like, it's pretty cool. Marx didn't have a house, Lamau. He won, what? Yes, he did. The fuck are you talking? Of course he did, bro. It's like, it's in England. That's the joke, Hasan? Oh, okay. I don't know. Why did Ben associate you with TYT? Did he not see your announcement? Friendship ended with TYT. Now Twitch is my best friend. That's right. That's how I announced that I was going. I was going and working with. I was gonna do my own thing.